Sam Darnold threw for almost 350 yards and 3 touchdowns to help the Seahawks move on to the Super Bowl over the Rams in the conference championship game. A lot of those yards and a touchdown went to Jackson Smith-Njigba. Gonna break down how Klint Kubiak moves Smith-Njigba around to rack up those yards, that touchdown, and use the little self-scouting to break a tendency and pop open a touchdown to another Seahawks receiver. Let's get into it.
Jax makes my job a lot easier.
Before the end of the half, the Seahawks have the ball, and this is a 2-minute situation for the Seahawks, so heavy pass situation. On the first play here, and this ends up being a big 40-yard gain for Smith-Njigba over the middle of the field. This is a design that looks like Smith-Njigba is going to be the lone receiver at the top of the screen here. The Seahawks are going to be in a 3-by-1 formation. That means 3 eligible receivers, a tight end, 2 receivers on one side, and 1 receiver, which is Smith-Njigba on the other side. This season, Smith-Njigba only aligned in the slot on 16% of his snaps. A lot of his snaps came from the outside, which is where he's originally lined up here. In this game against the Rams, Smith-Njigba lined up in the slot 34% of the time, so over double his season rate. But the Seahawks are going to use a motion by Cooper Kupp to hide Smith-Njigba's slot alignment, which is where he is aligned technically when the ball is snapped. It's a great little window dressing from Kubiak and the Seahawks to hide something rather than let the Rams tee off on that. We're going to have a close pressed alignment by the corner at the top of the screen of Smith-Njigba. And on this motion from Cooper Kupp, you can see a defender traveling with Kupp on the motion. Now, you would think in basic football teachings, guy traveling with motion means man coverage, right? Actually, there's some exceptions to that. Here, the Rams are actually in cover 2. And that player, which is the slot defender, will travel on cover 2 because he's adjusting with the passing strength of the offense. What is a passing strength? It is what side has more eligible receivers. And if it's 2-by-2, which this play ends up as 2 receivers here, a tight end receiver here, it's the 2 wide receiver side. That is the side that the defense is going to refer to as the passing strength. So the slot is going to go to the passing strength. This linebacker, which is the middle defender of Tampa 2, cover 2, is going to run and read the quarterback's eyes in the middle of the field. On the play, the linebacker Landman, he's going to open up towards the passing strength. And if we go to the end zone view here, you can see Sam Darnold's eyes looking to his right. What he's doing is he's checking that boundary safety to confirm the coverage, but also has a little side effect, a trickle-down effect that works out for Darnold here. When he glances over here to his right, Landman goes, oh, okay, you're passing to that way? I better turn and cover any in-breakers or something that might be coming to this side. So he flips his hips as well. So again, that whole voided area just gets opened up even more by Darnold's eyes there and Landman having to honor that. Smith-Njigba is going to run what is called a sting route, which is a fake corner and then post. It is perfect against a cover 2 safety. And the rest of this route concept is going to have Cooper Kupp running a vertical route on the outside. You can call it a rail route, you can call it a wheel, but something, a vertical route to the outside. What that does is not only has the corner carry Kobe Durant, but this safety starts to widen. The basic rules of a cover 2 safety are wide is the widest, deep is the deepest. As the play plays out, that safety thinks, okay, I have something to the outside and Cooper Kupp here, and then I also have Smith-Njigba I have to deal with that's coming right at me with some heat. Smith-Njigba does a fantastic job here of selling the outside route, which gets the safety to turn his hips, breaks back inside. Darnold takes a deep drop, gets enough protection, steps up, and it's a huge gain for the Seahawks. Great way by Klint Kubiak to move JSN to the slot, but make it appear like he's the isolated receiver like he has been for the majority of the snaps this year. So little tendency breaker there from the Seahawks and Klint Kubiak leads to a big play and sets up a score to JSN, which we'll get into right now.
Darnold launching deep. Oh, down there, it's caught! And hanging on, and Smith-Njigba!
Later in the drive, JSN gets rewarded with a touchdown after his big play. But this is another nice little design from Klint Kubiak. I thought both coaches, Sean McVay and Klint Kubiak, had great red zone designs. What's the red zone? That is plays within the 20-yard line. JSN's going to start, again, as the outside receiver. The Seahawks are going to start this formation in a 2-by-2 set. So we have 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen, a tight end, and JSN as an outside receiver. Close split, but still an outside receiver. He's going to motion into the backfield, and this is a kind of a hybrid formation that Shanahan disciples and Kubiak disciples like to use. The Seahawks here are going to run a version of a sail concept. I talked about sail concepts in the Colson Loveland breakdown, so make sure to check that out. But we're going to see a post route, a vertical route, Cooper Kupp on a whip route, which is going to be a flat controller route. You're trying to control the flat defender to create a high-low, and then a sail route from JSN right here, aka a corner route working from the inside. That is what a sail route is. The Seahawks, and this is designed by Kubiak and the staff, it just wins here. The post route by Shaheed is going to take two. That is called a take two post. It is going to take two defenders. Not only does the outside corner have to honor it, but the safety as well has to honor someone coming into his quadrant. The flat route is, again, by Cup, is going to take out the flat defender and control him. That is why it's called a flat control route. And then we're going to have the sail route working against leverage. So you got JSN working against leverage, and the player that should be responsible for him is occupied by Cooper Kupp's route. Just a great design. And Sam Darnold does enough, steps up in the pocket with a little bit of pressure in front of him, delivers an easy touchdown to JSN to take the lead 17-13 going into the first half for the Rams. Not only does Kubiak use JSN to the outside like he did the majority of the season, he also had those 18 snaps, 34% from the slot. There's 2 snaps of JSN in the backfield in this game, which he's done about a dozen times this year, 12 times this season. JSN has lined up in the backfield, but these were 2 snaps that are just opening up a good play design for a good player. Let's not waste this on somebody else that might not get open or might be a tougher situation. Let's have the good player get the good route on the good design, and it leads to a good result from the Seahawks.
Darnold looking at him again. Some pressure though. Hit as he throws. Man open. Guess who? Smith-Njigba.
Whatever y'all ask from me, I'm gonna get it done. Whatever that might be.
The next touchdown, the last play here, is to Jake Bobo. He had 2 catches this regular season. He's a great blocker, a great special teamer, and the Seahawks use that reputation of who's Jake Bobo to their advantage here. When Jake Bobo is on the field for the Seahawks have a heavy run tendency. Nearly 70% of their snaps when Jake Bobo is on the field is a run play. Of all receivers in the NFL with 100 snaps, that's the 3rd highest run tendency from any receiver in the NFL this season, according to Next Gen Stats. So what the Seahawks are saying, we just got the ball here after a botched punt return from the Rams. Okay, we're going to put a kind of heavy run formation here. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, 12 personnel. Can do a little bit of anything, especially with the Seahawks offense. But it looks like if I were the Rams, if they're going to run the ball 70% of the time when this guy's just on the field, okay, we can maybe key in on a run play. And the Rams bring a corner blitz on this play. But the Seahawks and Klint Kubiak had a little bit of a I know what you know, which I know what you know what I know, and it results in a touchdown to Bobo. And you can kind of see Forbes' eyes are inside, kind of showing it. Something the quarterback can see. And you can also see JSN going, this guy's coming. He's pointing, and that's called a cat. A corner cat is what this blitz is called. So that JSN's just yelling, cat, cat, cat. This guy is coming. This guy is blitzing. Kenneth Walker's eyes go right there. Snap of the ball, cuts off all space. Great protection. You see, though, the Rams, even with a blitz here with 5 defenders coming, they're also making sure that JSN is accounted for. He's the lone receiver, remember, the X. So we have 1 defender here, another defender here. This is a 2 void coverage, it's called. Remember, the Rams were like, run, run, run. It's a play action. Look at all these defenders. They're up. They thought there was a run play. The linebackers were flying up, and we got Jake Bobo, not the fastest receiver, but he's working against a corner that's trying to bail, not really in space that he's comfortable with. And so we get another sting route, a little shorter one in the red zone, corner, post, turns into a touchdown to Jake Bobo and the Seahawks. Sam Darnold again getting the ball off with a little bit of pressure. Kenneth Walker, though, great rep of pass protection, helped this play out. JSN, great awareness and also dictating coverage with some gravity to open up other things for the Seahawks, and those other things resulted in a Jake Bobo touchdown.
Shout out Coobs and Janoko for scheming it up. We knew what we were going to get, and if Jax wasn't there, I was going to be the second read, and Sam found me. So
awesome scouting from Klint Kubiak and the Seahawks staff of themselves and the opponents. Really excited to see the Seahawks offense as they move on to Santa Clara and the Super Bowl.